What's good, folks? Red's here. Tonight's hardware review is going to feature Declaration Grooming B4 knot. Happens to be set in this beautiful Mozingo Brushworks big handle, big old sumo handle. This is on loan to me from John B from Reddit, wet shaving subreddit. Thank you, sir. Really looking forward to reviewing this knot. As many of you know, Declaration hand ties their own knots here in America, out of Michigan, and these are of the premium Badger quality knots, highly sought after, and we'll be talking about batch 4 today. I've worked with Mozingo Brushworks in the past on my own, and I can tell you unequivocally they make wonderful handles, and they're very professional and easy to work with. So links to both of those websites below, and I encourage you to check them both out for sure. So for the comparator tonight, we're just going to use the recently reviewed B3 knot that I did from Declaration Grooming. This knot is extremely dense, as you can see, and it's definitely as dense as the B3, perhaps maybe a little bit more, but I'm not really qualified to tell you if it is or not. I'm not sure how tightly Scott from Declaration packs these knots, but it's at least on par with that. Given that density, I was kind of surprised at the lack of backbone that this knot has compared with the B3, though. I will tell you that this is far less backbone, almost not enough backbone for my preferences. So if you're into backbone, I'd give an edge to the B3 over the B4 for sure. Alright, given the density of this knot, I still feel like for a new user, these super dense knots are a bit cumbersome to learn. There's a steep learning curve. I would definitely consider this knot a lather hog. I think I said the B3 was as well, and I stand by that. I understand veteran users of Badgers have an easy time releasing the soap from these knots, but I still do struggle myself. In terms of luxuriousness and face feel, the tips on this are absolutely soft. I believe you saw earlier the gel tips with the hook tips and the gel tip sensation that provides, and in terms of softness, this is definitely softer than the B3 knot. The B3 knot had a bit more scritch or scrub, if you will. Overall, I think I do still prefer the B3 knot simply for the additional backbone, and I actually do like a slight bit of scritch or scrub, if you will. I feel like it helps exfoliate my skin, and I don't typically have any issues with brush or dome burn. So slight edge to the B3 in terms of overall face feel for me, but this is by no means a poor experience with the B4 knot. Alright, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that this is a 30mm knot, and we'll combine our final thoughts with just a few more thoughts about the size of this knot. As you can see, it's an excellent dome lather because of the size of the knot and this huge splay. I've found it extremely easy to get the lather helmet built relatively quickly and without any discomfort on the dome. So I think you, if you're in the market for I would call a premium Badger knot, Declaration Grooming is probably the first place you want to look, regardless of the batch number. I think they're all quality. I know each has its pros and cons, but a lot of people really enjoy this B4 knot as one of the top batches so far. While I prefer the batch 3 myself, I tend to be in the minority based on the reviews I've seen. So definitely feel free to check out the site. As I said earlier, I As always, I'll link it below for you to check it out. As always, thumbs up the video if you liked it. Comment below if you have anything to say. And if you're not already a subscriber, please become one. See ya.